performance in the courtroom was impressive. Luckily. My heart was in my throat when the judge made the final statement. No matter what, we managed to seize the opportunity to examine the evidence and revisit the scene. As long as we can find a new breakthrough, there is still a chance of winning the next trial. You've gone to all this trouble for me. Let's save your appreciation till we win the next trial. We gotta find some good evidence to prove that he's not guilty. However, speaking of which, Mr. Shen, did you really not see anyone during your 20-minute stay at the foreign goods store? No. And it's strange indeed. I wish we could get into the store and see if there's probably like a hidden door or something in there. Police has confirmed Stone Wu was indeed shot and killed in the study of the store. Miss Lee, sitting across from the store, didn't see anyone else entering except you. If Stone Wu was neither inside the store nor ever went in, then could it be possible for a body to appear at the crime scene out of thin air? There's gotta be some kind of hidden spot. Layout of the store is clear, with 2 rooms, one for business, the other for bookkeeping. That time, both rooms were empty, with no one inside. How did the body appear so soon? Body appear as soon as Shen left. It's indeed very strange. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. We need to go to the crime scene and search it thoroughly. Sorry, visiting time is over. I must take Mr. Shen back now. Do you have any instructions? Huh? There could be obstacles and dangers on the path of your investigation. Take care of yourself. No problem. Remember to eat on time, take care, and be sure to hold on till the next trial. Okay, so let's go to the store. You two were quite impressive in the courtroom. Fu and I tried everything we could to win a chance for a retrial. But Mr. Joseph, do you really believe that Mr. Shen is the murderer? As a friend, I hope he is not. But as a prosecutor, I must avoid subjective judgments. All decisions in the court are based on evidence and logic. That is the only path to the truth. You know Shen. He wouldn't commit murder. Then prove it in court. What did it give us? Here's the investigation permit. Ooh! With this, no one will stop you from entering the crime scene. Nice. Okay, I'm a little less suspicious of him now. I don't want him to be the culprit, but Officer Wu has already prepared the evidence you need. It's on the table over there. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Hope the next trial will be a fair and balanced showdown. I fully agree with Mr. Joseph's ideology. In the next trial, we will defeat you with evidence and logic. I'll be waiting eagerly. Letters? Oh, these are the tip-off letters. Okay. Evidence box number 1. Autopsy records of Stone Wu and crime scene photos. Mr. Joseph has already presented these pieces of evidence in court. There aren't any new discoveries. Okay, oops, there we go. This box contains Shen's personal belongings. Checked that in Sergeant Singh's office and there was nothing special. Did Afu visit Sergeant Singh's office? Did I? He said that out loud? He meant that Sergeant Singh must have already inspected this box of items in his office. He probably didn't notice anything unusual. Right. I didn't go to Sergeant Singh's office last night. Afu. There's a pistol, a bullet head with blood, and a bullet shell. Also, fingerprint comparison report and a barrel rifling trace comparison report. Let's check the bullet shell. Mr. Joseph has shown the pistol and the bullet, but it's the first time seeing the shell. Shell was collected from the crime scene. No fingerprints were found on it. That's why it wasn't presented in court. Can I take another look? Of course you can. Brass colored and relatively smooth. Bottom of the bullet shell is marked with 32 auto, indicating it's a 32 caliber bullet. Words are hard. Tongue-shaped groove in the center of the bottom is a trace left by the firing pin. Doesn't appear to have any abnormalities. Police extracted 3 clear fingerprints from the grip of the pistol. They're from the thumb, index finger, and middle finger of Shen's right hand. No other fingerprints were found. But if he got it from the locker at the theater, it was probably wiped down before he even picked it up. Which he shouldn't have picked it up. He's using fingerprint comparisons to determine if the gun fired the bullets at the scene. Firstly, they loaded the gun with bullets of the same caliber and fired them. Then they compared the texture and the side of the bullet under a microscope. Rifling on the 2 bullet heads are nearly identical, so they were fired from the same gun. Records don't have any differences from what Mr. Joseph mentioned. I double-checked the pistol. Oh. Faceplate of the magazine. Can I double check the magazine? Of course you can. Almost looks like a footprint. What's this? What did you discover? From this angle, it looks like there are fingerprints on the bullet. Indeed, they do look like fingerprints. Officer Wu, have you checked for fingerprints on the magazine? No, we didn't. We didn't think there would be fingerprints on the magazine. Maybe this is the crucial information. Okay, I'll check it now. Thank you. Fingerprints were found on the side of each bullet in the magazine. Moreover, these fingerprints are different from Mr. Shen's fingerprints. Duh. That's great. Finally, there's a breakthrough. Nice. Can we determine whose fingerprints they are? Not at the moment. Also found a palm print on the side of the magazine. That's what that was, but I can't determine the identity either. Please wait a moment. I will go to the records room to check. Nice. The fingerprint check may take some time. Let's go to the crime scene first. Miss Wen, Shanghai is indeed a small place. We meet again. Mr. Sheng, you have discovered another big news story, haven't you? Well, well, I just planned to interview Mr. Shen and do some follow-up reporting. I also have a question for you. Why did you smear Shen as an accomplice of the thief? Huh? It wasn't me who said it. It's the officer I interviewed. Oh, really? Then you should verify. Mr. Shen was not in Shanghai when the theft occurred. Timeliness is most important for news. To release the interview quickly, that's called news. So you don't care if it's true or not? But you should not make fake news. If the facts have changed, then I can make an update, right? Alright, it's time for the interview now. See you. Bye, brat. Are you still thinking about what Toby Cheng said earlier? Not really. Toby Cheng looked familiar to me. I finally remembered where I've seen him before. Where? On Shen's clue wall. He's one of the suspects in Shen's brother's case. I don't know why we'd need to look at it again. Oh, next trial is in 2 days. Before that, we must complete all the investigations we can. Yes, we must clear Shen's name. Okay, is the store this way? It's the theater. Can we go to... No. I guess we could check the theater, because that's where he was arrested. Should we go to the theater? Oh, okay. Priority. The store's open? Oh, no. Here's the... Entry to the crime scene without a permit from authorities is strictly prohibited. Like I said, can't talk tonight. Just stop making things difficult for me. Don't worry, Officer Lee. This time we have an investigation permit. It won't cause any trouble. Oh, that'll do. Since it has been approved, you can investigate in any way you want. But let's establish the rules first. All items here must not be damaged or lost, otherwise I will be held accountable. Don't worry, officer. I have been with Shen in many crime scenes, and I am very experienced. What I'm worried about is you, young man. You seem restless and surely good at causing trouble. Officer, you shouldn't judge people based on their appearance. Officer Lee, we understand the rules. Please tell us briefly about the crime scene. Then let me provide a brief overview. This store has a simple structure with just two rooms, a back room and an outer room. This is the outer room used for business purposes. The back room is a study. It was in the study that the body was discovered. Is there anything in particular that was discovered in the outer room? Nothing in particular, but if I must say, after the incident, we checked the items with the store clerk. Only a bag of rice was missing. A bag of rice? Nothing else was missing. Why would they take a bag of rice? So strange. Why would the murderer take a bag of rice? That I don't know either. Maybe it was the victim who took it. Nothing more to say. You can figure it out yourselves. Okay, let's check over here. We'll start here. Small bronze figurine. Not sure what it's used for. Many beautiful bottles and jars. They smell very nice. Various bottles displayed in the cabinet, different brands of distilled water. An advertisement for Watson Cola water. Okay, square outline. Officer, what was originally in this white square? That's where the bullet shell was found. Okay. Flower vase on the left side of the bookshelf with several scroll paintings inside. Bottom left corner of the shelf is empty. A white square is painted on the cabinet board. Has something been taken away from here? There was originally a safe, but it has been taken back to the police station as evidence. Oh, they took it back as evidence, but it wasn't included in any of the boxes that we looked through at the station. Is the safe also evidence related to the shooting case? I don't recall Mr. Joseph mentioning it. Special instructions given by Sergeant Singh when he arrived at the scene. Sergeant Singh often personally investigates the crime scene. He rarely visits the crime scene, but he has visited the store several times, making a search over and over again. Ah, was he looking for something? And it was an officer who implicated Shen in a theft that he wasn't even in town for. Feel he was not here to investigate the case, but more like to search for something. That's what I'm saying. What was he searching for? I'm sorry, I cannot say that. These white lines show the position and posture of Wu at the time of his death, right? That's correct. I heard that Wu was knocked unconscious by the murderer and then shot in the left chest. How did he end up lying sideways next to the bullet hole? Sergeant Singh analyzed that the murderer had a deep resentment towards the victim. It is highly possible that after killing him, the murderer kicked the body a few times in anger. So that's how it is. Oops. Sometimes it's bullet hole in the carpet, blood around the bullet hole. Through the bullet hole, you can see a hole in the floor underneath. Concave shape inside this box. It's a pistol. Remember, Mr. Joseph said the gun belonged to the victim and was kept in a drawer in his study. Seems like this was the pistol box for storing the murder weapon. Account book of Wu store, stocked in on the 13th. Soap, that matches. Kerosene, out chime clock. Mr. Wu's handwriting is too messy. I can't see what he wrote at all. This is the receipt and payment bookkeeping. We have had the accountant verify this ledger. It's just the daily record of goods transactions in the store, nothing special. There are some indents on the carpet. It appears to be the indentations of the desk legs. It's been several days and the indentations haven't completely disappeared. Seems the desk has been in position for a long time and was only recently moved. Do you think the murderer could do that? Cannot discern. The murderer moved the desk. There must be a special reason behind it. May I lift the carpet to take a look? Be careful. The position of the bullet hole on the carpet matches the position on one side of the floor. There's also some bloodstains on the back of the carpet. They seeped through from the front. Huh? Is there any new discovery, Afu? There are a few grains of rice beneath the carpet near the bullet hole. Rice underneath the carpet? Near the bullet hole? How could rice end up... Has rice been discovered in other places as well? I'll check the room again. No rice was found in any other location under the carpet. Not in other places of the room either. That means there are only a few rice grains near the bullet hole, which must mean something. Set of tea utensils, teapot, no problem. Teacups, also no problem. Small stack of documents. Let me take a look. Still no problem. Okay. Bullet hole's not deep, and the bullet has already been taken away by the police officers. Did you see something shiny in the bullet hole? Yes, I saw it. A very small fan-shaped shiny piece. Can you recognize what this is? It looks like a fish scale. Pinky nail-sized fan-shaped fragment found in the bullet hole of the scene. Is there anything else? Floor, there we go. There are many scratches on the floor that run parallel to the wall. It's as if this bookshelf has been moved before. Then let's also move it and take a look. Can't be pushed. Feels like it's stuck somewhere. Could it be that there's a mechanism installed? It's so difficult for us to push it. Mechanism? It does seem quite strange. There might actually be some kind of mechanism. Let's see. Oh, wait, no. Cancel. This one's upside down. Strange painting here with a strange subject. It's upside down, even stranger. Must be something suspicious about this painting. I knew it. There's a secret door. There is indeed a mechanism. It can open a hidden door. What were you messing with earlier? Afu rotated the painting. I never expected. There's another hidden space behind this bookshelf. It seems that the police did not discover this hidden door in the previous searches. Let's go down and take a look. Never expected there to be such a large cellar underneath the store. It's so cold here and it feels eerie. Looks like a wine cellar. Let's investigate. Oh, kitty? Hello? I swear I saw a cat shadow run across the screen. Various medicines on the shelf. Is Mr. Wu planning to enter the pharmaceutical business? Oh, that's not fishy at all. Considering Shen's brother was working on basically a cessation drug for opium. Not clear what the purpose is, we can make a note of it for now. Many large wooden barrels placed here. Red wine. Row of ventilation outlets with 3 boxes placed in front of them. 2 boxes on the left are labeled carp, while the one on the right, small croaker. The corner of the box on the right has been opened and a white mist is floating out. Fish? A whole box full of small croakers. He's so excited. Does Mr. Wu also run a fish selling business? I haven't heard about it. Maybe it's for himself? That would make sense, but is there anything strange about it? He's preserving these small croakers with dry ice. Dry ice? What is that? It's frozen carbon dioxide with temperatures as low as -80 Celsius. It effectively isolates oxygen. The preservation effect is excellent. But dry ice is expensive and rare. Using dry ice to preserve fish indicates he must really, 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 really love fish. I doubt it. Maybe there's something under the fish? Foreign liquors as well, several bottles of distilled water. Oops, side cabinet. Table, there's a copper frog figurine, and next to it is a stack of account books. The fish would explain the scale that was in the bullet hole, perhaps. The contents of this account book are different from the ones in the study. Double bookkeeping? Many unscrupulous merchants do this. There's also an additional customer list at the back of this account book. Oh? In Stone Wu's customer list, how come these names are on it? Whose names do you know? Who are they? Lo Pei and Lo Xinwen. Oh, the author and basically his murderer, his nephew. They were both involved in the case you handled in Honan. How did these two become the clients of Stone Wu despite being so far away from ShangHai? It's really strange. We need to figure out first what exactly Wu's store is selling. Middle of the sealed liquor cabinet, there are various types of wine glasses placed. Top and bottom of the cabinet, there are some bottles of alcohol stored. As for the specific type, I just don't recognize them. One side of the table, there are many bottles of cola water. One bottle is half covered with the lid, and there is still some unfinished soda left in it. There are alcohol lamps, flasks, condensers, and other instruments on the table. Looks like some kind of extraction experiment is being conducted. Is he trying to figure out the formula for the cola? For whatever reason, underneath the table, there are some fish bones. There was a kitty. Oh, oh, it's so cute. Such a cute kitty. So those fish bones were leftovers from his meal. Anything else there? Just go slow, make sure I don't miss anything. Cat, yes. Can we pet the kitty? Maybe, Koshin, this could be Mr. Ginger that Cece is looking for. Yes. Orange clothes, white gloves. Big white eyes, pointed ears, long tail. There's another tie to Mr. Joseph. Fits the description perfectly. Kitty, are you Mr. Ginger? Can I shake your paw? I just want to pet the kitty. What do you think, Picasso? So should we pet the kitty? Seems Mr. Ginger doesn't like people. Mr. Ginger seems to be not intentionally avoiding people, but rather injured. Oh. Meow. Indeed, his mouth and paws seem to be frostbitten. Oh, because he was digging in the fish with the dry ice. Paws, mouth, fish. Mr. Ginger must have gotten the frostbite on his paws and mouth while eating frozen fish. It seems that Mr. Ginger has been kept in the cellar for the past few days and he's starving. Oh, got something in my eye. Hold on. Poor kitty. Come on. Seems like there's something inside this fish's belly. Oh. It's a wax paper package. Let's open it. Inside there are a dozen wax pills, each one labeled with the the words opium cessation pill. Afu, let's check the fish in the boxes again. The first box is filled with half a box of dry ice and the fish inside has been taken away. The second box contains a big black carp placed in dry ice. The third box is filled to the brim with small yellow croakers, but the cover is not tightly closed and most dry ice on the surface has already evaporated. Shall we cut open the fish to take a look? No, it could cause frostbite, just like Mr. Ginger. I have a pair of gloves in my bag. If we put them on, we should be fine. The temperature is too low. You need to wear leather gloves. Going to ask Officer Lee for help. These yellow croakers were just a cover. Stone Wu is actually selling opium cessation drugs. Selling opium cessation drugs is legal, so why do it secretly? I heard Shen mention before that most of these drugs on the market are fake and substandard. So what Stone Wu was selling is definitely nothing good. It's getting late. I must quickly return to the police station and explain the situation here. Let's be careful not to cause any trouble later on. Officer Wu must have gotten the results of the fingerprint examination by now. Let's also go back to the police station and have a look. Sure, we should also bring this rescued gentleman back to Cece. Yay, kitty. What? You're saying that all the fingerprints on the magazines belong to Stone Wu? I have compared them repeatedly, and they are indeed his fingerprints. This gun belonged to the victim. It's not surprising his fingerprints are on the magazine, is it? It does make sense. but I thought we would be able to find the murderer. Don't be discouraged, Afu. Our investigation has made significant progress. For the moment, the evidence we have collected is roughly just these. In addition to that, Koshin and I have made some other preparations. Now it's time for the second trial. Oh. Still can't get over how incompetent the one judge is. Chinese citizen Chen Zhongping is suspected of shooting and killing Chinese citizen Stone Wu. The second trial will now begin. The case is handled by Shanghai Governor Quan Shuing. Judge Quan, please proceed. Hi, Tabby. Hi, here, hi, Tabby. I have another kitty. Court is now in session. It's such a big kitty. Who's so big? Want to hang out for a little bit? What are you waiting for? Judge Quan, the prosecutor should proceed with the opening statement. I remember this procedure, but I just have this feeling that someone should shout solemn silence to truly start. Good kitty, we're going. Solemn silence? Defense counsel, please refrain from speaking without permission. Sorry, I thought Judge Quan wanted me to shout. Afu, are you getting nervous again? Bye, kitty. I didn't mean to. You're even stuttering a bit, yet you say you didn't mean to. It's like my brain suddenly hit the brakes. It's just stalled. Take a deep breath. You'll get used to the atmosphere soon. Please proceed with the statement, prosecutor. Your Honor, in the previous round of the trial, we have seen a chain of events, fingerprints, firearms, bullets, the body, and the scene. We have reconstructed the defendant's crime process and revealed his method of hiding gunshots. Based on these factors, we can now confirm that the defendant is the murderer. However, the defense counsel has questioned the process of the defendant's arrest. For fairness and justice, the prosecutor acknowledges the defense counsel's questioning. But in reality, there is no flaw in the process of the defendant's arrest by the police. Next, I will call Sergeant Singh and Officer Wu from the police to testify in court. My initial suspicions, aside from Joseph, of course, is Sergeant Singh. Partly because of him taking the safe from the scene of the crime, the fact that he usually doesn't go to the scene of the crime, so he was looking for something. But just my suspicions. Let's have Sergeant Singh and Officer Wu enter the court. I solemnly, sincerely, and truthfully swear and promise The testimony I give is true, complete, and without any falsehood. Officer Wu, don't you have anything to say? Same as Sergeant Singh. Seems like someone else is just as nervous when standing in the court as you are. Well, I'm fine now. And she does pronounce his name Afu. So I thought last stream that I was pronouncing it wrong, because somebody pronounced it a little different, but maybe I wasn't wrong. Sergeant Singh, you were in charge of this arrest operation, correct? Yes. Officer Wu, you were involved in this arrest operation, right? Yes. Both of you were present throughout the arrest operation, correct? Yes. When Shen was arrested, the police clearly didn't know about the murder case. Why was there an arrest operation? Wait a minute. Why are you shouting so loudly? Defense counsel, you seem so confident. You must have a solid plan, right? Well... I was too busy shouting and forgot what I wanted to say. No. Afu, are you trying to ask? The body was clearly discovered the next day, so why was there an arrest operation that night? Yes. We were just about to explain. Why are you in such a rush? Then please begin your testimonies. On the night of the crime, we organized a secret operation at the Lycum Theater. Target of the arrest was not Mr. Shen, but the infamous thief Shanghai Phantom. That infamous thief? Yes, that cunning villain. In 1 month, the vaults of the 4 major families were robbed by Shanghai Phantom. Dent Group and Sasan Group lost gold, and the Jardin family lost a batch of weapons. Among them, the Watson family suffered the greatest loss. Inside the stolen safe was the formula of the best-selling worldwide beverage Watson Cola Water. Investigation shows Shanghai Phantom had close ties with Stone Wu. On the night of the case, we received orders to gather at the Lycum Theater at 7:15. So that's before Shen was supposed to go there. Only when we arrived at the scene, we did not find... Only when we arrived at the scene did we find out Sergeant Singh had received a tip-off. Shanghai Phantom will sell the stolen goods at 8:30 using lockers at Lycum Theater. By then, Sergeant Singh had already investigated the theater and formulated a detailed arrest plan. To be precise, the arrest operation began at 7:29, and I took it down clearly in my notes. 8:26, the defendant entered the theater lobby. 8:28, he opened the number 212 locker and placed a gun inside. He placed a gun inside? Officer Wu, is that correct? Yes, Mr. Shen's actions mistakenly led to his arrest as Shanghai Phantom. As a result, the secret arrest operation failed. The youth, there is nothing to regret. Without the blessings of the gods, although we didn't catch the thief, we caught a murderer. Honors, this is the course of the arrest process. Sergeant Singh mentioned the defendant was arrested at the theater, though coincidental, there is no evidence of the defense's claim of framing. Police noticed the defendant hiding the gun because they had been monitoring the lockers. That sounds reasonable. Defense counsel, do you have any further questions? You mentioned that Mr. Shen was hiding the gun. Do you have any evidence to support this? Someone provided us with a photograph. The photograph captured the moment when Shen was concealing the weapon. Was he concealing it, or was he pulling it out of the locker? The person in the photograph. It's indeed Shen. See, only the murderer would hide a weapon. That's not necessarily true. Maybe the gun was already in the locker and Mr. Shen simply unintentionally took it out. Actually, before the operation, Sergeant Singh had already checked those lockers. They were all empty. But if he is the culprit, then he could say that it was empty when it really wasn't. Photograph will be accepted as evidence. Now this is really troublesome. Does the defense counsel need to cross-examine? I've been thinking. Mr. Joseph should have seen this photo already. Why didn't he present it in the previous court hearing? Perhaps he thinks he can defeat us without presenting the photo? That's not Mr. Joseph's style. I actually think perhaps the evidential strength of this photo isn't as strong as it appears. Let me take a closer look. There is indeed something strange. Point out to them the parts that you find unnatural. Shen was truly holding a gun, then the location where this object appears is very odd. If he's holding the gun, if it is about hiding an item, something in the picture seems off. Why wouldn't it already be wrapped in the jacket, perhaps? I want to confirm something. The number 212 locker was originally empty, right? Well, Sergeant Singh personally inspected it. When Shen was arrested, there was a cloth bag inside the 212 locker, right? Yes, there was a cloth bag, which was also captured in the photo. And that bag, it looks empty, right? With a keen eye, the bag is indeed empty. What are you trying to say? What I want to say is, Mr. Shen in the photo was indeed hiding a pistol. It would make more sense for the bag to be wrapped around the gun. Why was the bag inside the locker at the time? Perhaps Mr. Shen himself left an empty bag in the locker? But it was empty. You just said that the locker was empty and Sergeant Singh personally inspected it. Well, indeed, your defense is completely distorting the facts. It doesn't hold water. Well then, let me ask Sergeant Singh. Why would someone who wanted to hide a pistol take it out of the bag in public? Well, Sergeant Singh, are you sure you checked all the lockers at that time? Is it possible that there was a mistake or an oversight? Perhaps I was negligent at the time and didn't thoroughly check every locker. Therefore, I didn't discover the empty bag in number 212 locker. It's not logical to have only one empty bag in the locker. A more reasonable explanation is that the bag originally contained a pistol. Photo captures the moment when Mr. Shen is taking out the gun, not when he is putting it in. And Shen Lui opened that locker after seeing the note that said Lycum Theater 212. It's clear that someone is framing him. Defense counsel overlooked a crucial fact. Don't forget the Stone Wu was killed by this pistol. Well, indeed. I must say, Prosecutor Joseph is truly remarkable. I almost got caught up in their arguments just now. Shooting occurred between 8 and 8:30 p.m. The gun was still at Stone's store then. Furthermore, from 7:30 in the evening, the number 212 locker was under surveillance of the police. The pistol couldn't have magically appeared in the locker. Defendant bringing it from the store to the theater is the only plausible explanation. Is the defense counsel speechless now? Perhaps. Judge Herman, what do you think? The defense counsel has nothing else to say than Judge Kwan can make a ruling. Well then, let's... Judge Kwan. Prosecutor suddenly interrupted me. Is there something important to say? As far as I know, during the recess, the defense counsel discovered some new evidence. They also believe these are not sufficient to affect the court's determination of the fact. As prosecutor, I suggest ending the court investigation at this point. New evidence during the recess. Mr. Joseph trying to remind us of something? Seems like he does want the case to be argued more thoroughly. The next court hearing is fair and balanced confrontation. Hopefully the judge and the observer will have the same patience. Which new discovery during the recess should we introduce? We found a secret door in the foreign goods store, and beneath it was a wine cellar. As we know, the police overlooked this place during the previous investigation. Are you trying to question the police? True that the police did not discover the wine cellar at first. And no evidence related to the shooting case was found in that wine cellar. Fingerprints on the magazine? I don't think that this is relevant though, because it belonged to him. During the recess, Officer Wu found what fingerprints on the magazine. It's the victim, Stonewoos. Yeah. Originally belonged to the victim. It's not surprising. Find his fingerprints on the magazine. Yeah. As soon as I clicked it, I figured that was probably not. No impact on the trial outcome. Judge, I still hope to question the discovery of new fingerprints on this pistol. Oh, why is that? I just thought of something else that needs to be confirmed. What do you mean by that? Clearly stated in the report. What else is there to question? With such a large wine cellar at the crime scene, none of you discovered it. Who knows if there were similar oversights during the fingerprint examination? To be cautious, let's have Officer Wu give an introduction. So when we detected fingerprints previously, we only tested the exterior of the pistol. Later, we did additional tests on the magazine and found fingerprints of Stonewoos. Distribution of the fingerprints. Side of the magazine, there's a palm print that matches the left hand of the victim. Magazine can hold 8 bullets, and after one shot was fired, there were 7 bullets left. Side of those bullets, we found prints of Wu's right index finger and thumb. So that's the situation. Yeah, but there was no fingerprints on the magazine that was... I don't know that there is a contradiction. I figured it out what to say yet. Let's think about it again. This is Mr. Joseph deliberately giving an opportunity. Once we miss it, there won't be another. Since there's fingerprints on the bullets in the magazine, there'd also be on this evidence. The evidence that contradicts the magazine is this bullet shell. Bullet shell? Is there anything special about the bullet shell? There are no significant traces found on the bullet shell. That's the problem. At the very least, there should be this person's fingerprints on the bullet shell. Are you saying the victim? Exactly. All the bullet shells from the magazine have his fingerprints on them. Sergeant Singh previously determined they were left by the victim while loading the gun. Since the bullet shell found at the crime scene came from the victim's pistol, well, his fingerprints should also be there on the bullet shell. Indeed. But in fact, there is nothing on it. No fingerprints. It is indeed strange. What could be the reason for this? I would say they were wiped off. But it could also be that there's another bullet. Maybe he was shot downstairs and then if he was shot with another gun and then he was shot with when he was, well, the autopsy would have shown unless he was killed with the blow to the head and then they shot him afterwards, but it says bullet holes at the scene, plural. Although it may sound hard to believe, but it's possible that the bullet head and shell belong to two different bullets. What? Did you never learn arithmetic? Pistol has only been fired once. Is it possible that the bullets were fired from another pistol? There are still 7 bullets left inside the magazine of the pistol, while its total capacity is 8. Silence, silence. Victim's fingerprints are present on all the bullets from his pistol. There are no fingerprints on this bullet shell. Therefore, it is not a bullet from the victim's pistol. It seems to be the simplest and most reasonable explanation. Silence, silence. Did you hear all that noise? All the results of your absurd theories and nonsensical talk. I thought I explained it well. Don't listen to him, Afu. We are about to find the opponent's weak spot. Ignorant as blind. How could you forget that we have conducted a comparison of the rifling marks on the bullet? Comparison of the rifling marks cannot be wrong. Bullet was fired from the victim's pistol. However, rifling comparisons can only confirm the bullet head comes from the victim's pistol. But the bullet shell does not go through the rifling and is not within the examination range. Counselor, are you suggesting the bullet head and the bullet shell came from 2 different guns? No fingerprints on the bullet shell. I can't think of any other explanation more reasonable. Can't this problem be explained in any way? Maybe it was just careless examiner who accidentally wiped them off. It's unlikely. Hey you better be quiet. If that's the case, it implies there are flaws in the investigative process of the police. We have reason to doubt the reliability of all the evidence issued by the police. Silence! Silence! 2 of you, stop arguing. Already getting dizzy from all of this. Prosecutor, have any opinion on this? The shell and bullet came from different guns. It suggests 2 shots occurred at the scene. The police only found 1 bullet hole, 1 bullet, and 1 bullet at the scene. Lack of fingerprints on the bullet shell may have another reason. Sounds like there was only 1 gunshot at the scene. Therefore, the defense counsel's argument is not... Wait a minute. What if the defense counsel can prove that there were 2 gunshots? Oh, if that's the case, then present the relevant evidence. Do you already know how to prove it? Actually, I haven't figured it out yet. But my experience with the investigation tells me your speculation is likely closer to the truth. How can we prove that there were 2 gunshots? Let's think about Mr. Joseph's words in reverse. If there were indeed 2 gunshots at the scene, there should have been 2 bullet holes. So why did we only find 1? Could the murderer have hidden the bullet hole? Whenever Shen encountered such a situation, he always liked to say one thing. All contact leaves traces. The evidence is not non-existent, but instead undiscovered. Maybe the murderer did hide the bullet hole. There'd be traces left from the hiding, right? See, this says bullet holes. Both of these do. Do they use rice to cover up a bullet hole? To make 2 bullet holes appear as 1, leaving some obvious traces at the scene. So would it be the rice, or would it be the fish scale? And they did move the desk. I'm going to say that it was them moving the desk. But it could be any of these 3. The evidence that can prove there were 2 gunshots is on the carpet at the crime scene. The carpet? Mr. Joseph said there was only 1 bullet hole at the crime scene. In fact, there are 2 bullet holes, one on the carpet and another on the floor under the carpet. But the positions of the 2 bullet holes are completely overlapping. Bullets went through the victim's body, the carpet, and lodged itself in the floor beneath. This was caused by the same gunshot. But what if the carpet we see is not in the original position? There are indentations left by the desk legs on the carpet. Judging from the restoration of the indentations, the desk was not moved for a long time. Originally, I couldn't understand why the desk changed its position. Now I finally have an answer. It's not the position of the desk that changed, but the position of the carpet. The culprit moved the carpet to align the bullet hole on the carpet with the one on the floor. This way they can cover up the presence of another pistol. This explanation does make sense logically, but upon further consideration, it still seems strange. Indeed, the strangeness lies in the hole in the carpet was not made by the same gun as the one on the floor. Then there should be another bullet hole on the floor that corresponds to the carpet. Additionally, there should be 2 bullet heads and 2 shells at the crime scene. Can you explain clearly where they went? This question is crucial. I must come up with an answer. Actually, there is only one possibility. They were taken away by somebody, or they may still be in the room. indeed likely that the bullet head and shell were taken away by someone. Police have thoroughly searched the study a few times. Koshin and I have also investigated. If they were still at the scene, they would have definitely been discovered. Truly making starts and turns in your own sky. They might take away the bullet head and shell, but can they also take away the bullet holes? Bullet holes not on the floor. They could have shot the bullet into movable objects instead of the floor. Inspected the entire study and didn't find anywhere that resembled a second shell. The bullets were shot into an object, and the culprit took that object with him. Rice bag? So how did the culprit take away the bullet head then? Did anyone notice? There are several scattered rice grains near the bullet hole at the back of the carpet. Are these rice grains relevant to the case? Of course they are. That is the method the culprit used to take away the bullet head. What do you mean, with a few rice grains? A few rice grains wouldn't do much, but a bag of rice would be enough to catch the bullet's head. Officer Lee, who examined the scene, reported a bag of foreign rice was missing afterwards. Believed that the bag of rice was taken away by the culprit. They first placed the bag of rice under the carpet, then fired the gun. Rice grains dispersed and absorbed the energy of the bullet, capturing the bullet head in the bag. This method sounds quite plausible. Culprit used a bag of rice to take away the bullet head. The scattered rice under the carpet is a result of this process. This can explain why there is only one bullet hole on the floor. Defense counsel, you have almost convinced me. The method what you described, although complex, can indeed explain some of the evidence at the scene. So far, if it's the same murderer that killed Shen's brother, perhaps not, they like to use complex methods. Especially if they're wanting to frame Shen for this murder. However, even if the court accepts your claim, what difference does it make? That question, I haven't thought about it yet. Yeah, but then the gun could have been shot into the floor prior and then left in the locker so that the timing would match up, and then they sent a tip to the police that the phantom thief would be at the theater, and they left a note for Shen for him to go to the theater. Oh no! I can give you some time to gather your thoughts. Well done. Scales of victory are beginning to tip in our favor. But my mind is now completely blank. Counsel, please listen carefully. Though you have successfully explained the issues of the bullet shell, hole, and fingerprints, you still haven't shaken one fundamental fact. The bullet that killed the victim came from a gun with the defendant's fingerprints on it. Furthermore, only the defendant could have taken the pistol from the crime scene to the theater. As long as these two questions remain unanswered, it is impossible for anyone else to be the perpetrator in this case. Do you understand? Come on, Afu, you can do it. Did you hear the prosecutor's words clearly? Come on, Afu. Defense counsel, time is almost up. Do you have an answer? The timing. Whose voice is this? Shen? The key to the case is timing, Afu. Shen. Everything up to now has been carefully planned. There are hidden details that I haven't fully grasped. I didn't want to involve you in them. Don't talk about involvement. If you have a problem, then it's my problem too. If you want to uncover the truth behind it all, you must remember. The key to the case is timing, Afu. Understood. You may experience moments of confusion. When you feel overwhelmed by the complexity, try entering your own mind palace. Huh? I also have a mind palace? Sherlock Holmes reference. I thought that was a unique ability of yours, Shen. It's just a way of thinking. Imagine a space, place your memories in, and let them work together like chains and gears. Go, Afu! The police captured Mr. Shen in the moment of taking the gun, not in the moment of placing it. Defendant was arrested at 8:30 and the gun was confiscated by the police. The seized weapon cannot be used for murder. The prosecutor's deduction is reasonable. I got it. Are you okay? Judge Kwan is questioning. I can piece everything together now, but there are still some uncertain details. I can only answer Judge Kwan's question while thinking. Just say it, don't worry. Even if you say something wrong, I'll help cover for you. Defense counsel, I'll ask you one last time. What are the facts that you advocate for? Judge Kwan, the key to the case is timing. Oh? How so? Mr. Joseph repeatedly mentioned that the reason why Shen is considered the culprit is that during the presumed time of death from 8 to 8:30, only he had entered and exited the scene. But in fact, the autopsy determined the time of death between 8 to 10. Reason why it was adjusted before 8:30 is that the weapon was confiscated at that time. Reasoning seems flawless until just now. We discovered the existence of another gun. What do you think its existence changes? Changes everything in the reasoning. Because that is the true murder weapon. Please tell us why you think the gun to be the true murder weapon. Because the gun confiscated by the police cannot be used, the culprit must have used another gun. How do you explain that? We have discussed this before. The reason why the seized gun can't be used for murder The reason why the seized gun cannot be used for murder. We've already used that. It says that this pistol was taken from the foreign goods shop, but a piece of evidence proves otherwise. We've already tried using the picture as proof that he was putting it away and not taking it. Or taking it and not putting it away. So by a process of elimination, the carpet just proved that the rug had been moved. Rice proved that the other bullet was taken away. This only had, if there were 2 shots fired, then there should have been 2 bullets missing from the magazine. We know there was rice. The reason why the seized gun can't be used for murder, and showing that the gun couldn't have been taken from the foreign goods shop. I don't know that that really proves that it wasn't taken from the shop. I would say this because if it was already there, she can't prove that he was taking it out and not putting it there. I want to say it's any one of these. I guess this one? I'll just try it. When discussing this photo, Koshin once pointed out, when Shen was arrested, he was taking the gun out of the locker, not placing it in. Mr. Joseph insisted Mr. Shen took the gun from the foreign goods store due to the rifling marks. Now all evidence indicates the murderer used 2 guns. Mr. Joseph's rebuttal is no longer valid. Gun was used by the culprit to frame Shen. It was always there and couldn't be used for murder. How do you explain the bullet and bullet hole at the crime scene then? The rifling marks on the bullet match those of the confiscated gun. Suggests that someone did indeed fire it at the floor of the crime scene. But this happened before Shen went to the foreign goods store. That's impossible. There's clearly blood on the bullet. Blood could have flowed into the bullet hole after the victim's death. That makes sense. Perhaps you should discuss the issue of the bullet hole depth with the defense counsel. Issue of the depth. Oh, but there was a fish scale. Alright, how do you explain the depth of the bullet penetrating the floor? The culprit fired a shot to the floor and left the bullet in bullet hole. Then it shouldn't have this depth. Not trying to make a big deal out of it, but I find it very strange. Order in the court. Mr. Joseph, can you please explain to me again what Officer Wu means? If the bullet hit the floor without piercing a human body, its power would be much greater. Depth of the bullet hole left on the floor shouldn't be what we see now. Yeah, but they shot through a fish. That's why there's a fish scale. All of the defense counsel's arguments are based on one core assertion. The bullet and the bullet hole were made before the defendant entered the crime scene. They didn't consider the issue of the bullet hole depth. If this issue is not resolved, then the defense's reasoning will completely fall apart. What about this issue of the bullet hole depth? Do you have a way to explain? Right. What exactly is the story behind the bullet hole? Defense counsel needs some time to prepare. I completely overlooked this question. We've come this far, we can't give up now. Crime scene, there must be something that has been overlooked. It's because of this that the bullet holes are shallow. Fish scale. Seems that a black carp was taken away from the cellar. Piece of debris is the deformed scale of the green fish that was hit by the bullet. A fish scale? Could it be? That's right, the culprit didn't shoot directly at the floor. Instead, he brought a fish from the cellar into the study and shot through it at the floor. Shooting through a fish? Officer Wu, if the bullet hole we see now was formed after the bullet went through the fish, does the issue of depth still exist? That it no longer exists. With this, the truth is about to be revealed. Culprit entered the scene before Shen. He knocked the victim unconscious, hid him in the cellar, and took the pistol from the drawer. Then he took a fish from the cellar to the study, lifted the carpet, and shot through the fish. Leaving the bullet and the hole, he restored the carpet and took away the fish and the shell. Why did the culprit take away the bullet shell? Mr. Shen is a renowned detective, and the culprit may have been wary of him. Worried that he would become alerted if he found the bullet shell. Please continue. Culprit hid the gun in the theater locker, waiting for the police to seal off the scene. After confirming Shen's arrest and the confiscation of the pistol, the culprit acted again. He placed the bag of rice on top of the bullet hole and then covered it with the carpet. Then he dragged the victim back to the scene and placed him on top of the bulging rice bag. He used another pistol of the same caliber to shoot the victim. Seeing the two holes didn't match, he moved the carpet to align with the hole on the floor. And that's why it was on the side, because he would have been moved to remove the rice bag. Finally, he kicked the body a few times to further hide the issue of the bullet trajectory. So that's how it is. This is the truth of the case. Judge, our client, Mr. Shen, is not the culprit. He is a scapegoat deliberately framed by the real murderer. Please make a verdict of not guilty. Go in! The defense counsel's viewpoint is quite insightful. Hey you, Judge Quan, are you so easily convinced by such a flawed analysis? Your Honors, every step of Afu's analysis of the modus operandi is supported by evidence. Rice grains under the carpet and the fish scales in the bullet hole are not by coincidence. They're not coincidences, but false clues intentionally left by the defendant. Fingerprints on the bullet shells were definitely wiped off by him. How dare you make such a claim? As Mr. Shen is a smart detective, he surely has strong counter-detection abilities. So is your own argument in the previous trial, don't you remember? Shen would never fabricate evidence. His purpose, of course, is to collude with the two defense counsels and help him get acquitted. I object. This is an unjust accusation. Objection overruled. Evidence provided by the defense counsel does not have sufficient probative force? Judge Herman, but there is also no evidence to support Sergeant Seng's argument. During my tenure in the international settlement, I saw many Chinese exploiting system loopholes. So he's... yeah. Anyway, do not want such matters to happen in this court. Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder, defense counsel, please provide more compelling evidence. Well, what other evidence can there be? Is there anything that Mr. Shen cannot forge? Based on your reasoning, the murderer entered the scene after Mr. Shen's arrest. As long as we can prove this, it will prove Mr. Shen's innocence, right? Maybe there is a witness at the scene who can tell us the answer. The cat? So she witnessed Shen being taken away. Well, it's not going to be either of those. It's not going to be him. Won't be any of those. Yeah, his dead brother's the witness. It's the cat. Except that the cat can't tell tales. She would be my guess, but often when saw this witness while searching the secret. Oh, okay, so it is the cat. What? The witness you mentioned is Cece's pet cat? That's right, Mr. Ginger. Defense counsel, why do you believe this Mr. Ginger was at the scene when the murder occurred? I heard from Cece that Mr. Ginger went missing on September 14th, the night of the crime. Yesterday, while searching the cellar of the foreign goods store, I happened to find him. Well, what does that prove? Cellar is a sealed space. Both human and cat can only enter by the secret door in the study. After the crime, the police promptly sealed off the scene but did not find that there was a cellar. It was not until yesterday that I accidentally opened the hidden door. So you mean Mr. Ginger has been trapped in the cellar all these days? Exactly. We investigated the scene, the secret door was closed, and we indeed didn't discover him. Means Mr. Ginger could only have entered the cellar before the police sealed off the scene. Very likely that he entered the cellar with the murderer. So you believe that Mr. Ginger saw the murderer? Exactly. Then let's bring him in as a witness. Maybe he will tell you. No, the murderer is indeed Mr. Shen. He's the one who trapped me in the cellar. Not necessarily. Just let Mr. Joseph inform us of the specific time that Mr. Ginger went missing. I am ashamed to say, these past few days, Cece's grandfather took care of her. I don't know how the cat disappeared. Ah. Well, is it possible to ask Cece to testify? Cece is still too young. I'm afraid she won't be able to handle such a situation. Mr. Joseph, please. This is the last chance for Shen. Well, alright. Except for she'll probably say it in like fairy tale language. Since that's the case, let's take a short break and resume the trial later. Another one? Our hopes are all on Cece. Hope her testimony won't be too surprising. Even Miss Wen has moments of being at a loss. Ah. Do you need my help? What are you doing here? Isn't that Shen's briefcase? Why is it in your hands? He asked me to deliver it to you. Shen? Can contains a large amount of relevant documents from the old case as well as the machine. When did you meet Mr. Shen, and why did he ask you to do something for him? Did you forget? He's the youngest brother of my classmate. He always sees any opportunity for personal gain. No, I just wanted to thank him for giving me the opportunity for an exclusive interview. Mr. Su and Miss Wen, the court trial is about to start. Since the item has been delivered, I will take my leave. Perform well, I'll be outside waiting for good news from you.
Mr. Tin Woodman, are we going to see the wizard?
Yes, and you will meet more than one.
You meet more than one wizard?
Mr. Ginger, are you ready to help Mr. Scarecrow now?
Cute kitty. I guess we'll see what she has to say. Its fluffy appearance is quite adorable. I agree. Your honors, I hope you're both well. Maybe it was her grandfather.
Old Ben, fancy joining me for a cuppa later? You're still as refined as ever.
I've never expected that this small case would also stir your involvement. The court summoned my granddaughter to testify. I'm with her. Will this cause inconvenience? No, of course not. Excuse me, are you the wizard? Yes. I have told you. The courtroom, you can't speak without permission. Okay, Mr. Lion. Children's words are harmless. They won't cause trouble. Judge Quan, shall we start the trial? Witness Cece, please describe the circumstances of how your cat, Mr. Ginger, went missing.
That night, Mr. Tin Woodman, Mr. Ginger, and I went to see magic.
Mr. Tin Woodman? That would be Mr. Joseph? Because I'm pretty sure that's what she called him.
After the show, Mr. Tin Woodman left to chop wood. Mr. Ginger and I took a pumpkin carriage home.
So they left by themselves?
On the way home, I fell asleep and I woke up to a noise. Then I found Mr. Ginger was gone. Thankfully, Mr. Scarecrow found him in the
So Mr. Scarecrow is Afu? Pumpkin carriage? Scarecrow? Magic? Cece has a vivid imagination and likes to narrate her experiences using fairy tales. So they went to the theater. Mr. Joseph, may I ask Cece some questions? Of course. Can you tell me about Mr. Tin Woodman chopping wood?
Mr. Tin Woodman had a sharp axe that could split anything.
understand that at all.
Sissy, can you explain it to Mr. Scarecrow in a simpler way? After all, I haven't got a real brain yet.
Let me explain Cece's words.
表演结束后，乔布贝尔有工作要处理。
After the show, Woodman Bell had some work to attend to, so the driver took Cece home first.
原来是这样。
I see.
贝先生，我可以问西西一些问题吗？当然。Sissy, what does the noise that woke you up sound like?
It was a really loud noise. Could it be the sound of gunshot? A loud bang? No, it wasn't a bang. It was a dong, dong, dong. 很响的叮叮叮声，难道是报时的钟声？
The sound of the clock striking.
Sissy, how many bell sounds did you hear?
Miss Sissy. Neither Sissy nor Mr. Ginger remember.
贝先生，我可以问西西一些问题吗？当然。Sissy, can you tell me about the magic show that night?
Someone saw Miss Witch's card, but luckily she had enchanted them.
Someone stole Mrs. Witch's cards, but luckily she had enchanted
So
them.
she could call their names without even looking, and the magic worked. The cards suddenly turned into flowers, and the flowers into a dog. It flew away. 蒙眼猜牌，纸牌变花。
Blindfolded card guessing and playing cards turning into flowers. Julia's magic trick, the wonderful hands.
贝先生，我可以问西西一些问题吗？当然。Can you tell me what is the pumpkin carriage?
The pumpkin carriage is simply that, a pumpkin carriage. Mr. Scarecrow, haven't you tried one?
I guess
Probably the
not.
tram, maybe?
Sissy, is the pumpkin carriage pulled by horses? There is no horses. Of course, Mr. Coachman can do magic.
So they took the tram.
He just spins the wheel in his hand and the pumpkin carriage flies.
我明白了，是汽车。
Oh, it's a car.
阿福，你对西西的证言怎么看？
What do you think of Cece's testimony? It's a bunch of
这份
nonsense.
证言与这份证据结合起来，
By combining the testimony with this evidence, we can infer the time when Mr. Ginger went missing. I would definitely say this because that's the time of their performance.
Sissy, do you know what is this?
Is it Miss Witch's picture?
Did she perform magic for you on the night that Mr. Ginger went missing?
Yes, she did. Miss Witch turned the cards into flowers. 江先生是在魔术表演散场后走失的。
Mr. Ginger went missing after the magic performance, which is after 8:45.
他被关入地窖里。
Time he was locked in the cellar cannot be before that.
而晚上8
And at
点
8:30, Mr. Shen had already been arrested. Yes, indeed.
关大人，贝先生，那个打开地窖暗门
The
的人
person who opened the secret door to the cellar is the real culprit.
对于辩护人这一
Regarding Regarding the counsel's argument, does the prosecutor have anything to say? Defense counsel's doubts are valid. I lost. Prosecutor Bell, I have never seen you admit defeat in court before. We learned from the best. Mr. Ginger's revelation overturns all of my previous logic. Even if the murder occurred at 8 p.m., the person entering the cellar would have found the body. However, this person showed no signs of it, which is illogical. You have never lost in court before. This experience of failure can also be considered a kind of gain. Mr. Bell. Since Mr. Bell has spoken, shall we bring this case to a close? Judge Herman and I are on the same page. Then please bring the defendant to the court. Although the true culprit of this case has not been caught yet, but the suspicions on the defendant have been cleared. There are no objections. I will proceed with the verdict. Trial of Shen Ying, a Chinese accused of shooting and murdering Stone Wu. Verdict for the defendant Shen is not guilty. Yay! We finally won! Battle was really not easy. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you all for your hard work. This trial will adjourn. Now we have to solve the real murder mystery, so... Shen? What? The trial cannot end yet, because the true culprit of this case is right here in the courtroom. Oh. Mr. Shen, you already found out who the real culprit is? Please order a temporary lockdown of the court or there will be another murder. Oh. But this is the international settlement. Shanghai governor has this authority. When you reveal the suspect's name, the police will take control of them. The case is not just about capturing the culprit. There is a mastermind hiding in the shadows. Mastermind? This case is not just a single case. It has intricate connections to an old case I've been investigating for 3 years. I figured. Also related to the recent high-profile theft case. Mr. Shen, the jurisdiction of this court is limited to your alleged murder of Stone Wu. Whether it's accusing the true culprit or reporting the thief, please go to the police station. After the police verify the information, the prosecutor can initiate legal proceedings. If the trial ends now, there will be another bloodshed for sure. Judge Herman, how about following Mr. Shen's suggestion and sealing out the courtroom first? Wouldn't hurt to unseal it after the person he accuses has been arrested and detained. How can you be sure that the person he accuses should be detained? Just in case you know. Oh, just in case you know. Your honors, you can detain me as well. If I make a mistake, I am willing to bear the responsibility for false accusations and framing.